Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am BorderWise, and welcome back to From the Depths. Let's build. More specifically, welcome back to the Let's Build of our World War II style torpedo boat thing, I guess. So last time, well, people seemed thrilled actually that I'm trying to build more realistic, big inverted commas, craft, and I'm glad about that because, like, I feel it's one of those things that I struggle to do. It's one of those things that From the Depths where you struggle to do it for ages, and then upon a day suddenly it just clicks. So yeah, like, I have actually built in between, like, recording this video and uploading the last one, a second realistic hull type thing without looking at reference, and it actually turned out pretty damn well. If you see the community post that I made on my YouTube channel, you might have seen screenshots of it, and, like, it just, well, it was shocking how straightforward it was. So yeah, not that it's perfect, I'm not claiming that it's like a perfect replica of anything, but yeah, so I think I got it now. I now really have no excuse. And apologies to the people who think that the canoe age is over. Like, I revert back to a primitive canoe state every so often, so please don't get mad when that happens next. I'll try and, at the very least, make the canoes look somewhat interesting. But anyway, I'm really proud of this thing. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what its name should be. It's, yeah, it's, like, it's interesting. Like, it actually ended up being kind of decent. It, like, by the way, World War II level of technology, it has no active defenses on it at all. There's room for it. Like, I could stick a LAM system in there, or interceptors or something, but mostly just focused on making something that looked good, performs well enough, that can, like, clobber deep water guard stuff of equivalent cost and size, and, like, you know, I'll be happy with that just fine. So yeah, there's that. Also, absolute Kaloo happy day is that the ammo compartment we end up here is big enough for everything I end up sticking on this. Stay tuned for what I end up sticking on it. So, doing the thing, I really need to test this whole chain reaction proofing using heavy armor slopes like that, because of the, I'm not sure if the most recent patch that changed how slopes work on turrets also mess with how slopes work in general, because if it does, it might mean that explosions can leak around slopes. So I need to double check that for absolutely sure. So yeah, I need to do that. So what are we talking about here? So we've got a mast up there, and I'm really proud actually of what I figured out you can do with a mast in order to get, like, a rotating radar on top of it. You put a decorated spin block, like, below it, and that way you don't actually have a vulnerable thing on the top there. Like, decorations are, I'm very fond of them, actually, but, so, for those of you who, I believe it was the last, yeah, it was part one of this build that I was, like, doing a horrible old man impression, which I will never do again, except for right now. Like, don't get me wrong, I was having a laugh about, no one got offended, I don't think. Thank goodness. Thank goodness all you fine people have a sense of humor. But I really like decorations. I was just kind of poking fun, like, I don't know, poking fun at the, like, idea, like, I was making fun of myself probably, at just being, like, the grumpy old man thinking these kids, you don't know what it's like to not use decorations, but guess, like, you know, it's no biggie. Like, I appreciate decorations so much, and it's so nice that we get to have them. They make life so much easier. But yeah, this is me just quickly duct taping bearing rangefinders. Oh, I should mention that I'm not looking at reference anymore, because I'm just like, screw it, let's... Now, this is the point where we follow our heart and do whatever the hell we want. And yeah, because, like, we've got the basic shape of the thing, and it's probably looking way off, and the way this is rolling around is just very, concerning at this point. At this point I was like, man, I really hope this this works out. So you'll notice I did put pitch and roll control on this, simply because, like, yeah, we need it. For people were pointing out, yeah, so important distinction, replica versus realistic style, and this thing is not fast enough. So what you're going to witness here is me sneakily hiding propellers in the lower hull, which is something I'm very fond of doing. Doing a second realistic hull off camera where I could just test things out actually really helped for this build, so try building two things at once and see what happens. Or not, whatever. So anyway, so there's a difference between a replica build, which is intended to be like actually a one-to-one, as realistic as possible version of a real-life vessel, like including size. That's really difficult. It is a little bit easier to make something that's just, you know, that looks like a real-life ship without being an exact replica of it. And in particular, if you just scale things up, life gets a lot easier. And there are people who have done the math on that, so it's like people have done, like, say, the USS Missouri or the USS Iowa and stuff like that, with, like, these old-timey battleships, and they figured out, like, how to scale them up to a from-the-depth standard, and the result is probably not easy to build, but still, it's an effective craft in from-the-depths, in the from-the-depths context, I guess. I've eaten a lot of caffeine, and I probably make even less sense than usual, so yeah, let's talk about what I'm doing here. So, this is a risk, by the way, with sticking stuff so low on your craft, like, you know, in the bottommost layer of blocks. The reason this can work is if you, firstly, have good pitch control on your ship, and secondly, if the thing's heavy and, like, tends to be low in the water when still. And you also notice that, like, I've gotten rid of a lot of the lead on here, which means that, we're rolling a lot. We're rolling, what? So, yeah, that's a bit of an issue, and this is the point where I'm like, how do we deal with this? So I thought, like, you know what, since we're being silly, well, there you go, here is my evil plan. Yeah, you put just a whole bunch of vents there, and that seems to have mostly done the trick, and this is just me watching, is like, nope, not enough. So instead I use heavy armor ducts. This is very wasteful, and I do not recommend it. So, because, like, even though the trick here is that those heavy armor ducts are as heavy as lead, which means they make good ballast, they're also damn expensive, and, because they're just little single blocks, like a big torpedo will blow straight through them anyway, so I'm not sure what we accomplished by doing that. Well, does mean that this thing is reasonably torpedo-proof from the bottom. What kind of craft is most heavily armored on the bottom anyway? So, you might be wondering why I'm doing this at all. Well, I have one of my New Year's resolutions for From the Depths for 2024, year 12,024 of the human era. Like, leave a comment if you know what I'm referring to there. There's a minimum max speed I want for my craft, and that is 40 meters per second. I will not accept anything slower than that. And it was funny, somebody pointed out that, like, 40 meters per second is something like, I forget the exact number, but it's something like 114 kilometers per hour, which is absolutely stupidly fast for a ship, and especially a surface displacement vessel. So I'm going to look up here on my phone the fastest ship, so you can see just how actually unrealistic my minimum max speed is. So, fastest ship. Alright, so fastest ship. Alright, fastest ship in the world that beats Whoa. Whoa, actually, the Francisco, a 99-meter catamaran, is the world's fastest ship, hitting a speed of 58.1 knots, or 107.6 kilometers an hour, surpassing the speed of Singapore's Metro, which is 100 kilometers an hour. So, it's actually not that much faster than the fastest ship ever, except that this is a warship. So, let's go with fastest hydrofoil. Fastest hydrofoil. Alright, so I don't know what knots are. Okay. Alright, well, that's good. Let's just go with, like, translating knots into kilometers. Knots to kilometers an hour. So if we go 60 knots... Actually, wow, that's like... Again, that's close. That's like 60 knots is about 111 kilometers per hour. That's damn fast. Still not as fast as the minimum speed I want for my boats, though. Alright, let's look up fastest World War II ship and see... Fastest World War II ship. We're looking up the... Okay. Come on. Come on, Google, give me... Okay, so... The fastest speed ever reached by a US Navy destroyer was the USS Maori, DD-401, and on speed trials reached 42.8 knots. So let's just go back. 42.8, which is around 79 kilometers an hour. So, interesting. I did not realize that ships could go that fast. It turns out that ships can go very, very fast, and reading about catamarans makes me just want to, just, you know, build a double hull thing. And here we go, we just, yeah, almost, yes! And now you'll notice this thing, this thing's practically flying. Okay, so, turn that off, and that doesn't seem to work on the steam props, but, here is a little trick to stop your stuff your ship pitching up. Is, do something like that. Could have just sprinted. Oh no, I can't do that. I cannot do that. So now that those propellers on the back are pitching down, the thing doesn't... Okay, it does a little bit. The thing shouldn't fling out of the water so much, but... Okay. Alrighty, so let's see what happens here. Right, this is me just adding more pitch control in the back here, so don't worry, I decoed that later. It's all good in the neighborhood. It means it pushes the butt up and actually makes the thing go faster more consistently, so this is a very this is a very fast ship. Yeah, so that alone can really make a difference in making craft combat effective. By the way, the engines here, very lazy. I'm good. The next engine tutorial I do is going to be talking about those things and how they're actually kind of terrible in a lot of ways. But they are very convenient. They are the kind of crappy go-between between injector engines and things which are not injector engines. So, yeah, there's that. That's us blowing up a Atlas, because of course, and we're using... I was looking at my phone, looking at stuff on Wikipedia, so I don't know if I've swapped out the shells, but we do end up with APHE heat shells rather than just APHE. And set the combat distance. I love circle at a distance. It is so good. It is so much better than regular broadside. You can do things with it. It's so nice. And I just love how fast this thing is. Look at it go. It's like it looks even more ridiculous than when it's at ×2 speed. This thing like zips along at over 100 kilometers an hour. Jeez. And you can actually, like, From the Depths is weird like that. Like, it's hard to tell how fast things move when you're not seeing them in relation to somewhere else. By the way, that hole in the deck was where a torpedo turret was going to go, but I thought, nah, that's going to look silly, so instead we are going to deviate from real life a little bit, and we're going to put torpedoes in the superstructure, where they'll be nice and safe? They won't be. But yeah, so... What was I going to say? Oh no. Oh no, my brain stopped working. Okay. It's just so, like... So, alright, so speed. Speed. Like, it's hard to tell visually how fast something's going until it's next to something else. And, like, when you finally do see how fast something goes, it can be quite surprising in FTD. What really does it is, like, when you put smoke stacks on something, or smoke emitters, rather. you see how much the smoke lags by default, and then it's just like, whoa! This goes zoom zoom. It really does. So, yeah, there now the torpedoes. So I was expecting to have to build extra ammo compartments for this torpedo battery, but nope, turns out nope, we don't. We do not. It's all good in the neighborhood. Also, this thing is going to have lousy anti-air properties, so yeah, it's definitely not its job. There's going to be one. I end up with just one tiny little simple weapons anti-aircraft gun just on the stern, which means that the ghosts of American World War II battleships are screaming and wailing at me as we speak. You can't hear them, but do not worry, the Iowa is crying. That's kind of what I want to do. I don't know. It's a lot. You watching this, you person who plays from the depths, you know what it's like. You always want to do more stuff than you actually have time or energy for in this damn game. And building this makes me want to build not a replica, but a battleship in the same vein, in the same spirit as World War II American battleship, which is like, alright, we are going to put so many anti-aircraft guns on this thing that we're not going to have enough room to walk on it, basically. Like, let me just, let's go here. Let's look up the Iowa. USS Iowa. And the first thing that comes up is, alright, so retired battleship. And let's go here. It is hilarious how long that thing was in order. So, commissioned 1943, decommissioned 1949, recommissioned 1951, decommissioned 1958, recommissioned 1984, decommissioned 1990, and stricken 2006. Nicknamed the Big Stick. Anyway, I want to go with armament in 1943. Let's see where, here we go. So, alright, so there's the big guns, which are famous, the 9 16-inch guns. But then you've got 25-inch 127mm guns, 76 40mm anti-aircraft guns, and 52 20mm anti-aircraft guns. And that's American World War II battleships for you. It's like, you know what? The aircraft are coming to kill us, and like all good Americans, there is no there is no kill like overkill. Yeehaw! Alright. Oh yeah, torpedo decorations. This is another thing that is just so nice. It is so nice to be able to make our missiles pretty. Not that the default missile models in From the Depths is ugly, but also it didn't occur to me to paint the friggin' fins individually. That's silly of me. But anyway, it's so nice to be able to make the torpedoes pretty. The torpedoes go torpedo. What the hell did I just say? Alright, so one thing, like, honestly, at this point I would have just called it a day, but I wanted to make the torpedo more bulbous, because, if you look at a torpedo, if you go look at a torpedo that's just lying around, as they do, you'll notice that, they're not pointy things. They're like they're basically a unmanned kamikaze submarine, and that means that, they're more round in front, for better hydrodynamics and to better resist water pressure, I believe? Water is funny, it's not like air. From the Depths, one of the things that differs from real life is that if it goes fast in air, it'll go fast in water for the same reasons it goes fast in air, and real life, unfortunately, is more complicated. It's why the wave breakers on real-life ships tend to be bulbous rather than pointy. It's to do with hydrodynamics and how water is kind of heavy and fluid and flows around funny. I am not a scientist, you probably noticed that by now, and it's just like, yeah, probably is fine. And of course, in order to have a proper tube, you need a tube. Incidentally, the cram update from... it's been some time now, but the visual cram update, which is very nice, by the way. That's another thing I could moan about as an old man of FTD at this point. Not the oldest. Oh no, there's people who've been playing this since 2014 and haven't stopped. And those people are frightening in how obsessive they are. But anyway, wow, I derailed myself. But anyway, the Cram visual update was super nice. It was like jolly good. And it also means that Cram barrels are a very convenient tube. They have displaced steam engines as ideal tube. So now if you need a tube, a Cram barrel is what you want. And look at that, we have torpedo tubes. I don't know how to make that more pretty. I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I'm gonna chuck this up on the workshop, so look forward to that. Maybe I should, like, I don't know. Maybe I should wait until people actually, like, suggest good names for this, because I have no idea what to call this. Like, you know, I'm just gonna call it Steve. I'm gonna call it, like, you know, BorderWise Realistic Navy the BRN Steve. Should we just call it that? Steve? To go with Gary the Monitor? Oh boy. Incidentally, I'm fully aware that this thing, like... What are we looking for? Alright, so this is the part where I'm looking for something that is roughly the same cost as this thing, which is about, what was it, 80,000 materials? I don't remember things. And looking at a pilferer. And incidentally, I'm looking at this, and I think I actually do some adjustments so the thing doesn't torpedo itself, because that is a bit of an issue. And torpedoes go torpedo. Oh, it is so much fun to blow up a pilferer. It is, like, so fun. And the thing is just so fast, and it goes torpedo, torpedo, torpedo. And it is satisfying to make something that just does so well for once. Oh boy. It goes bang, 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 torpedo, torpedo, and yes, that was a torpedo detonating on us. And here's the thing, I like making like slim craft, and this fulfills that quite nicely. Boy. I actually ended up going slightly longer than an hour just to finish this off. Just because... Oh, here's the token anti-aircraft gun. If you listen carefully, you can hear the Iowa screaming at me from where it's currently a museum. Shut up, Iowa. You don't know me. She really doesn't. Like, she's never met me. She doesn't get to judge me. Iowa, stop judging me. Okay. 90 anti-aircraft guns in total. Jeez, man. Jeez, man. Alrighty, so what are we looking at here? We've got... So that is one way to get the thing to... That is the dummy version of getting something to only shoot at planes close to you, is just restrict the range of your secondary weapons. That is the less effective way to do it. Also, that little ACB trick I just did there just meant I didn't have to go adjust every single thing before. And yes, it's railings time! Railings! By the way, I pretty much always use decoration for railings. In fact, I do always use it because, number one, reducing block count. Number two, it saves materials, and also it saves health as well, because usually with railings, what they're usually good for is getting blown off immediately, and I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. So, yeah, railings, I use deco. It's just nice to have the meshes available, and prefab, prefab, prefab. It's also much faster. Well, actually, no, it isn't. Like, sorry, it's much faster to actually just place them. I thought about putting a door there. It's like, oh, there's a torpedo bay. Never mind. This is not a walkable craft. I'm so sorry. It's just not. It is not that thing. Must eat water. Mm. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, so here is, if you're wondering what the hell this notch was, this is where the anchor goes, apparently. Because apparently we're doing anchors now. Whee! And go over there, link with anchor. Once again, thank goodness for decorations. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. This is probably a good time to mention I've had 3 coffees and a Mountain Dew, because I've balked my sleep cycle again, and by gum, this recording was going to happen today. So I look forward to having a minor heart attack later today, and if I survive, I'll be sure to let you know. Don't drink too much caffeine at once, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, gentlemen, and gender-fluid friends. It's not good for you. I, in fact, have to go see an eye doctor later, and I am going to be a zombie. Zombie Nation. Like and comment and subscribe if you know that song. If you do not know that song, like, comment, subscribe anyway. This is the point where I do what YouTube keeps recommending people to do, which is, actually, this is not in the middle of the video. Never mind! The recommendation is to plug your video, like, right in the middle, so people actually see it. To mention all the things like the like, the comment, subscribe, the Patreon, the membership, the merch. I have no merch. I'm terribly sorry. One of these days, I will get a sooty plushie, like, on the go. The trick is to find, like, someone who can do that without, you know, it being made in a sweatshop somewhere. Made by women who do not get to see their children ever. Or by men who don't get to see their children ever. Or by children who don't get to see their children ever. Wait a minute. Something is wrong with the sentence I just said, and I'm not entirely sure what. I'm sure it'll come to me eventually. Anyway, on more cheery note. This is something I am proud of. And I thought of this all by myself. I'm absolutely sure that other people know to do this, but if you want a rotatey thing up at the top of your superstructure, you don't have to put the spin block up on the top of the rotatey thing. I mean, the spin block is the rotatey thing. You just deco it and put it, like, you know, 20 meters below it, and you can have the spin block safe, and you don't need to use actual blocks, and basically decorations are a wonderful thing, is what I'm saying. I think I already said that. Oh, lordy! Okay. So this is our little radar. Thankfully, radars are already a block. It's so nice. And it just occurred to me that someone is almost certainly going to suggest having an anime girl hidden somewhere on this thing. And if they weren't going to suggest that, they are now, because now I suggested it. However, it's not a true suggestion because I have no idea where the anime girl would fit in on this. Oh my goodness, like, what the hell was it? The number 500, I think, was that canoe I made? Here's the thing about me and making canoes. I'm pretty sure it's just me and a few die-hard fans whom I am very fond of, who enjoy it when I just, like, indulge in my canoe obsession. I understand that this video is, like... it was quite funny, actually. A lot of people commented both on the previous part of this and on the community post saying, like, who are you and what have you done with BorderWise? It's okay, I'm still here. I'm just branching out a little bit. It happens sometimes. Boy. I don't think I've made a thing armed primarily with crams for a while now. Oh, speaking of, if anyone's wondering about the Drakenslang Mark III, I'm not sure I'm gonna finish that. I'm not motivated to work on that thing anymore. It's just building giant craft is just... it's just it's a huge amount of work just to make for very laggy fights, and it's just not... I probably should finish it, at the very least, but also... I don't know. I'm on a realistic shipbender at the moment, and the Drakenslang is absolutely not that thing. I could adjust it to, like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with Draki. It's that moment... What really killed it is me using her in the Caravonian Rebellion playthrough, and then realizing that this thing is not campaign usable at all. Like, even for Nita, it's just too big, too expensive, eats too much resources, lags the damn universe with her very existence, so... Now we're decoing the underside of the hull. So, there's nothing quite like combat testing something actually in a campaign to make you realize just how not helpful the thing actually is. and Draki and things of a similar size to it. Just for a campaign, it's such stupid overkill, really. Incidentally, we've finished the Caravonian Rebellion, so if you want a lovely binge, lovely long playlist of streams to put on in the background while you do something else, that is perfect for that, because, like, it's a BorderWise stream. It is me rambling like this non-stop, probably less energetically for the most part, because I haven't destroyed myself with delicious, crunchy drugs. Not crunchy, not crunchy, it's caffeine. It's caffeine! Please do not call the police on me. The police can never find me, mwahaha. I am thousands of miles away from the nearest police, which are not in New Zealand. Damn it! The police can still get me. They know! They know I've done a drug. They know I've eaten a drug. So yeah, we're painting this as you would expect for a ship. We are doing the thing, the red rust-proof paint, because of course you do. The sea is actually a horrible place to put a vehicle, to be perfectly honest with you. People have been struggling for, well, ever since the first boat was invented. It's like, damn, this basically is a salty nightmare. That would make an excellent name for either a ship or a band, Salty Nightmare. But anyway, it basically melts your ship if it sits in there long enough. And you uh-oh, I think I just spotted a spot where, like, the paint splashed around a little bit. I'm gonna have to double check that. Oh no. Oh no. Paint. The paint splashed. Guys, oh no, no. Look at the port side, damn it. Please! And I did say I would deco this, didn't I? I did! I absolutely did. 3 and far and there. Far? I made that 4 meters long. Yeah, I'm not looking at the port side with the... Damn it! Did the paint splash or not? This is gonna drive me nuts. And just watch, I'm going to forget about this. And this is just a little bit of camo, because me being a lazy boy, and this is me just messing with the paint colors, just to be sure that we've got, I don't know, something new, just a little bit paler, perhaps. Perhaps not, perhaps this thing shouldn't use camo. Maybe just a little bit of a lighter paint scheme is enough. And there's some azimuth restrictions there. Azimuth. Azzy Smith. Azzy Smith, she's a lovely girl. Be sure to put her on all your turrets. And then we're smoking, and that's basically it. And, of course, we need to fling her against marauders, and splat. Okay, well, this is the point where we really have to... Okay, oh, yeah, I do it on the thing. What was it? So the trick is just do a little bit of guidance activation delay, so the thing doesn't run straight into itself. Very, very handy. And those are actually some of the better torpedoes I've decoed. And I couldn't see where the marauders are. There they are. Torpedo! Probably not, like, very torpedo shaped, but yeah, it'll do. Kablooey! Yay! And that's basically it for this Let's Build. We did it. We made a realistic ship. Oh, I forgot to mention the wire. I don't know what that is. But anyway, this was great fun, and let's see how long this realistic, inverted comma, ship bender lasts before I default back to canoes again. So, here's hoping it lasts a while. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Thank you to all my current supporters, and I will see you next time in From the Depths, Let's Build. Leave suggestions for what you want me to build next, like, we'll have to see what I can do. Farewell!